Rich Shea here with another unboxing, this time Anno 1800, the board game by Martin Wallace, published by Ubisoft and Kosmos. So, as I said before, I like a lot of Martin Wallace games with their heavy economy, and he was the guy they went to when they wanted a board game version of this computer game. So let's open it up and see what we got. Alright, so inside you can see we have worker meeples. These are going to be little islands, player islands, people cards, more cards, but I think we'll start by digging down to the rule book and having a quick look. Yes, well, we may be sorry we did that. So here we go. The game components: everybody needs a gigantic player aid, a game board, 4 home islands, 12 old world, 8 new world islands. The old world islands are sort of extensions of your island, whereas the new world ones are ones you exploit for specific goods and trading stuff. 120 construction tokens, starting player, naval and gold tokens, some population cubes shown in the book as these hexagons in the correct colors, objective cards, expedition cards, and 102 population cards. 46 farmer workers, 24 new world, and 32 artisan engineer investors. Those are the high class citizens. Then there's the somewhat complicated game setup. But the game board, you have to put all the little pieces on it. There are a lot. Wow. And put out the ships, make some stacks of population cards, expedition cards, old and new world island tiles, population cubes, objective cards, and the fireworks token next to the population cubes. Number 5, where the heck's that? 5. Oh, there's the fireworks token. I think that signals the end of the game. Okay, you have a personal area set up with residential districts to hold the cubes for the workers, your factories, your trading ships, empty spaces you can build on, places to put cubes, your cards, your people cards, your home island, where you get some farmers, some workers, and a couple artisans. Then you take matching cards to make your hand. Somebody gets the starting player token, other people might get some gold, and you're ready to go. So the aim of the game: score some points by doing a bunch of stuff on your own island, acquiring new islands, and maybe some faraway islands. You take one of the actions available on your turn, and then there are some free actions, usually activating your population cards that you can carry out that don't count as your action. So understanding research. So you make things by placing workers, but the things you make then have to be consumed immediately by placing more workers on more things. So you can have like a chain of things that end up giving you a thing, and then you do something with it. Okay, so to get extra things from players, you can use trade tokens that appear on some of your ships, and to get more islands you can explore with exploration tokens you get on the other kind of ships. They're more like trade ships versus warships. Okay, oops. I should probably make sure this doesn't fall down more. Let's get it up here. Alright. So you can trade with the other players. It's good for them. They can't stop you from trading with them. They don't lose anything. Then you can have a shift end to recover your used workers because they don't automatically go back. Then there's the different actions: expand, where you use the goods to buy another factory, or shipyards or ships. So industries cost things, okay, and then they produce workers, and then there's always 2 spaces to put workers on them to power them. So factories can go twice before you have to figure out how to get the workers off them. Okay. You can only build an identical industry once. Then there's shipyards. They have a cost, a maximum strength. Okay. Then the shipyards required to build the ships. The ships go here. The shipyards can be on your coast. The ships go here. They have a cost and a strength and a side. So the other thing you can do is play and activate population cards. The population cards give you more cubes. They have a cost. They have an immediate effect. And I think if you don't like the cards you have, you can swap them out. Oh, increasing your workforce. Okay, that's an action. Up to 3 cubes can be added to your home island. To take a cube, it requires resources to be produced indicated above the kind of worker that it is. Okay, so the cards and the worker cubes aren't connected directly. Alright, that's how they're connected, not the other way around. Once the cards go away, you have to buy workers with gold if you need them. Alright, so you can upgrade workers to the next thing, and there's a cost for doing that. That's one way to get improved workers, is just to upgrade them. I don't think when you upgrade them, you do not have to take a new card. But when you choose the upgrade action, you can make 3 upgrade moves on the same or different. You can even upgrade them when they're in place. Another action is to open up the old world, so increase the size of your island with other old world islands. Okay, they give you more building spaces, and I guess they have a one-time advantage for the player that's triggered immediately. Or you can explore new world islands with resources that can only be discovered by exotic resources by going to the old world islands. Okay, and the resources of the other players can't be traded for the new world. Only your own. But once you build an industry based on a new world island thing, people can trade with those. Okay, then you can take expedition cards. These are cards that give you victory points at the end of the game, no other advantages. You can draw 3 of them, put them face down. So they usually display an animal for the zoo on the left and an artifact for the museum on the right. Okay, and the background colors indicates which population cubes are required to be visitors. So you have to meet the requirements, send some of your population will go visit the expedition cards at the end of the game. Okay, and if you don't want to do anything else, you have a festival which lets you reset your population cubes and refill your naval tokens to use in later turns. Okay, so that's like a research turn. The game ends when any players play the last card from their hand. Now, the thing with this is you're going to be, as you notice, drawing cards to get more population, but you end the game by getting rid of all your population cards by playing them out. So the question is, when do you stop drawing and when do you start trying to exhaust the cards? And of course, that's something that's been up for debate. Alright, scoring population cards played have influence points on them, depending on what kind they are. Expedition cards have points if you can occupy the things. Gold is worth points. You get 7 points for ending the game. And objective cards that you have might also score points. And that is the game. It seems simple enough. Okay, then there's an explanation of the objective cards, some combo effects, some effects of population and objective cards are explained, some tips, and a little bit about how it works, because it's a little tricky, and a quick reference on the back. I would say that the tricky part is, 1, how do you end the game? And 2, the chaining of the resources to get done what you need to get done. Probably requires a couple of tries. These are the exploration cards. I guess we'll look at those in a minute. Okay. So the exploration cards, which will have like a zoo animal, an artifact, and I guess the points you get for putting certain kinds of workers on them, right? Yes. And I guess those are the symbols for different workers. 8. These are, I think, artisans, investors, and engineers. Okay. So you draw one of those cards when you take one of those. To play the card, you would need to have these resources, make these resources in a turn, play the card. You would then get 3 of these exploration markers, and I think you get 8 points at the end of the game. Yes. So these are trade tokens, I believe. So you get a bunch of those. You get, I think you draw something. Guess I'd have to go look. Get some gold and some tokens. Take a couple of the exploration cards. So the people do different things, and they're in the different types. I think these are The brown ones are the farmers. Oh yeah, I guess they would be. These are the more advanced types. I think there should be one more type. Let's take a look at the other thing of cards. Yes, there's more. People in here. So more of the advanced people. And yes, here's, oh, farmers and workers. I guess I don't know what the other ones are. Farmers, workers. The top three. These are the objective cards. So this is like World's Fair, I guess. These guys, investors, are worth 10 or 4. Alonzo Graves, you can turn in some stuff to get one of the. This one's not completely clear. Something's worth 6. Oh, and then there's some conditions. If you if you only have one colony or one advanced island, you get 18 points at the end. Okay. So these are all just different things. They're explained in the rules. There's the queen. Right? The zoos are enhanced. The museums are enhanced. The university. Okay. Oh, and those are the different kinds of cards. The cubes, well, the cubes are wooden cubes, and the colors for the different kinds of workers, light blue and dark blue, well, I guess play in good light. Red and purple, yeah, play in very good light. I think that's probably the major weakness in this game is you need light. But I think when we look at some of the other things, we'll realize we really wanted light. Okay, and these are the regular island cards. Not sure. Oh, they come with a bonus. They come with people. So this one comes with 2 farmers. You don't know what they are till you go there and get them, but they all have different things. This one comes. This one comes with a. I think that's a warehouse. Clearly, coal, sail making. So you can get some good stuff when you colonize. So exploit the colonies, right? These are the player boards. I assume they're all identical. If we see them up close, here we go. So you can see where your farmers, regular workers, artisans, engineers, and investors go there. You start with some capabilities and spaces to add more, so you can make basic things and do some basic trade and exploring and make some new crappy ships. So you definitely want to increase what you can do. The player aid cards that explain what each of the kinds of goods that you'll see do. The ones on the bottom, cotton, coffee, cocoa, rubber, tobacco, and sugarcane, are things you can only make at your New World colonies. Some of the things you make, steam carriages, penny farthings, which are actually bicycles, light bulbs, gramophones, advanced weapons. So that seems a random collection of stuff. Alright. And and the back of these, there's, yes, some resource management information. So they're more helpful that way. Then there's punch-outs. These are the far colonies, and they make, each one of them apparently makes 3 things. Cotton, probably coffee, sugar, tobacco, no, sugar, something. We also have the trade and explore tokens on these 2. A bunch of plastic bags, I'm sure we'll want those. Ooh, Okay, so the punch sheets are, ooh, they're all joined together. So I guess we'll go over them. That's the end of the game marker. I think that's the first player marker. These are factories. These are shipyards for the exploration ships. You can make mini ones, medium ones, or mega ones. Okay, and these are actually the shipyards. Okay, these are the trade ships made the same way. Then there's more exploration tokens. Over on this side, we see the factories that you can build. Here's gold, 5 gold pieces. There's like penny farthings, which reading the description I thought were coins, but now I realize, and I should have known this from reading Victorian-based stuff, that they're bicycles and steam engines, some dynamite and furs, sewing machines, glasses, watches, champagne, windows, I have no idea what, probably beer, tobacco, cigars. So you make a bunch of different things, all right? And then let's get out the rest. All right. The rest of the factories, more gold, 1 gold. I think the colors indicate the kind of workers that you need. And there's the, here's the main board that you put together. And yes, you have to sort out all 4 times 44 different kinds of factories that you have to sort out. And then the stacks of cards, and exploration cards. And then you put the different piles of workers over to the side here. And that is, now, so your original home things for just production, those have 2 spaces for workers. So your simple factories, you can double up your workers and get some serious stuff done. But the factories you build typically only have 1 space on them. Okay, and those are the pieces to the game, and I think you get some idea of how you play it. You take single actions, trying to build a chain of goods to build a good that you then use to buy a card or another factory or satisfy some other demand. Eventually, all your workers are played out, and you have to have a turn where you reset. Okay, I can't remember now what they call it, the Jubilee something, and that resets your workers, and people just keep going till somebody has managed to pay for and flip over all their cards. Right, celebrate a festival, that's what it is, right? And they take the fireworks card. Now, the way it ends is, I actually think it doesn't immediately end. I should say that. So, as soon as the player takes the last card from their hand, the end of the game, that player immediately gets the fireworks token. You finish the end of the current round, and then 1 more round is played before the game ends. So, if you didn't end it, you're basically gonna get at least 1 more turn to finish up whatever you can and get a few more points. Okay, and that's the game. I'm really looking forward to playing it. It's people have given it pretty good reviews, thumbs up. I think the one complaint is that if the players all decide to, you can just keep playing and playing and playing. But at some point, somebody should decide they have the lead and get rid of all their cards and end the game, or certainly put the pressure on the other players to do that. I think there's going to be an expansion with also maybe a minor revision of how the game ends in the future, because there seemed to be a problem for anybody who wasn't the playtester or didn't think about it the right way. And that's something that happens in a lot of games. You publish a game, it goes out, and no matter how much playtesting you did, the actual players discover something that you didn't think was going to happen and then exploit it. And the more complicated, the more interrelationships there are in a game, the more likely that is to happen when it's released. I know that's more of a big problem with bigger games. Early on I played a lot of military simulation games, and that was often an issue. A game would come out, somebody would discover some way to exploit something that hadn't occurred in playtesting. Some revisions would have to be made to overcome that. It happens less in Euro-style games, probably because it's easier to see the interactions, and possibly because the designers and playtesters get a chance to catch more things. They're more likely to come up. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Keep an eye out for other unboxings. I got at least one more planned now, and I'm sure there'll be more as more games come out. So thanks for watching again, and bye for now.